Hi, everyone. This is Tom Parmalee, the founder of funeralvision.com. And joining me here today is Shane Pudenz, the Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing at Carriage Services. Shane will be one of the keynote speakers at Funeral IQ, which I'm hosting with Michael Schimmel and the team at Sympathy Brands. The event will be September 20th at the Live Casino and Hotel in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Thanks so much for joining me, Shane.
Hey, thanks for having me, Tom. Appreciate it.
Well, why don't we start off with you telling me a little bit about yourself and how did you get into funeral service in the first place?
Yeah. Again, I was born and raised in Iowa, Carroll, Iowa, and as I was getting ready to go to school, I wanted to get out of Iowa, and I ended up going to Phoenix, Arizona, where I first got introduced to the industry as a whole. For the summer, I worked at a park as a grounds crew member for Phoenix Memorial Park in Phoenix, Arizona. And ever since then, when I left and finished up school, uh, had some close family friends that were in the industry that had asked if I would remain in the industry, and came back to work as a counselor and then really every other sales job within the industry, from Denver to Dallas, San Antonio, El Paso, Corpus, and now Houston. So it's been a fun ride. I've enjoyed it. Sales have always been near and dear, and same with marketing to my heart. And it's something that I've always had a true passion for in being in the industry.
Now, you've been at Carriage for a while now, but you joined there from somewhere else. So what led you to Carriage Services? And tell us a little bit about your role there.
Yeah, absolutely. A mentor of mine had been here at Carriage, had no really intent of ever leaving Service Corp where I was prior. Was very happy, had a good tenure going there, and a mentor of mine came to Carriage and introduced me to the culture, to the type of business and the vision that they were trying to head to, and that's kind of what attracted me to it. So after moving on over to Carriage, I've been here almost October will be 4 years. It's been a great time. It's been everything that I'd hoped for, and have been very, very supportive of the change with me coming on to Carriage, and been very happy. So,
I'm
and
glad you mentioned it.
my role here is the senior vice president of sales and marketing. The job is to really continue to innovate within our sales and within our marketing to ensure growth within numbers, and those numbers being highly focused on the families that we protect, and ensuring that we continue to protect as many as possible while being a leader within this great industry. So.
You mentioned that word culture, which I think is so important. Tell me a little bit about the culture at Carriage and what do you love about working at Carriage the most?
The culture at Carriage, I think it is the thing that I love the most. If I were to put it down to one thing per se, it allows for a lot of autonomy. It allows for empowerment to make decisions, whether it's from an executive role or to a location role. Each business is by itself, and it allows for creativity and the innovation. Right? We get a lot. Most of our ideas from the field, where they're able to reach out and have conversations with us. We're very in tune, I guess, at the field level to be able to leave those doors open and allow, whether it's a counselor or a sales manager or a funeral director or a managing partner, to be able to reach out and share their opinions on things. But also the mission, vision, and values. It's something that we focus on and we talk about on a daily basis, and we truly all believe in. And so I think the culture, just from that standpoint, everybody working together and rowing in one direction, is probably my favorite thing about all of Carriage.
Now, at Funeral IQ, I have to tell you, I love the title of your presentation. It's Boost Your Pre-Need to At-Need Ratio in 12 Months. So let's talk a little bit about pre-need. What are some of the big missteps that you think some firms make when it comes to pre-need?
Yeah, sometimes pre-need, especially on a funeral side, whether it's insurance, trust, can sometimes be looked at as a negative, right? And my goal within my presentation is to be able to focus on the positives that it can bring from a market share standpoint and some best practices that can be utilized to continue to grow that. So it's not just it's about the pre-need and how that pre-need will directly affect future market share and growth within each business, which is what every, I believe, funeral home owner wants to create, right? Is more market share, more families to meet with, and gain that reputation within the community as the number one provider. And I think over the years, there's been some mistakes maybe made, or some thoughts that necessarily aren't always the right thoughts, I guess, as geared towards, or maybe some negative thoughts geared towards insurance and trust in a pre-need funeral function. And so the goal is to kind of lay that out in front of everybody, and give some different examples, scenarios, and not everything will work for everybody, but the idea is to give ideas, and allow others to be creative and see how it will work directly for their community.
I know at Carriage, you recently have rolled out an alliance with a couple of well-known pre-need players. Can you maybe share some best practices with pre-need, or maybe a couple takeaways that you hope attendees will walk away with?
Yeah, Precoa and NGL, National Guardian Life, as the two national players that we've been able to partner with, and it's been a true partnership, and learning a lot from them as well. And the hope would be to be able, and I shouldn't say that, what people will gain out of this is how to effectively put together, if they want to move forward on a pre-need to at-need marketing strategy, how that timeline looks. And the best practices are going to be from how to gain demographic knowledge, how to gain knowledge as to what zip codes to market out to through those demographics, and then how to play off of those in a way where it allows you to gain more market share, and maybe even more people in different areas that you never thought were possible, because we haven't focused on that before. That business hasn't focused on. And these are all takeaways that I've most certainly taken from this. But most importantly, I think, is the type of products that can be offered that are really, truly, honestly, very beneficial for each family member. And a lot of that will be able to showcase some national data, I think, that people will see, and that will be very eye-opening. And we'll be able to compare against other products that maybe other insurance providers have that are outside the industry, whether that's final expense or whatever it may be, annuities and so on and so forth, that we can take a look at and have comparables to showcase exactly from a national average what people are truly and wanting and looking for, and how you can capitalize on that to ensure a good partnership with the family and a great experience with the family.
Wow, I'm excited to hear your presentation, just hearing that little sneak preview.
Thank
You
you.
know, what I love about Funeral IQ is all of our speakers sort of build off and complement each other. So, you're speaking about pre-need, but Welton Hong, the CEO of Ring Ring Marketing, he's going to share lots of great marketing strategies that you can certainly use and implement with a good pre-need program. Dr. Amy Schiffman, she's an expert on hospice, which obviously that weaves into pre-need as well. And
Yep.
then our other speakers on the program are Chris Kruger, the CEO of Foresight, who's going to be talking about consumer research and so forth, and Michael Schimmel, the CEO of Sympathy Brands, who's going to be talking about how to leverage technology and sort of give a bird's eye view of that and how to work smarter. Now, I know this is a bit of a loaded question because they're all great speakers. But is there anyone in particular out of that group that you're really looking forward to hearing from and learning from?
Every one of them, every last one of them. I really am. I think that it's a great thing with all of the speakers that are going to be there, how we all do play off one another. And so the transitioning between each one of the key speakers, I think, is crucial within any big event like this, because it keeps it front of mind. It keeps it top of the line. And so just seeing it to be able to transition, I can't say anyone other than the other, but I am truly excited for each one of them. I think that each one of them are going to pack a punch, and I think that it's all going to be worth time and worthwhile. And as long as you can take one thing back with you, it's worth the time and the energy. And so I know without a doubt with this group, each one of them will be able to produce that.
Well, Shane, I can't thank you enough for being part of the Funeral IQ team. It has been approved for five CEUs by the Academy of Professional Funeral Service Practice. It's also been approved for CEUs in Ohio and Pennsylvania. We've applied to New Jersey, various other states as well have already approved the event for CEUs. So I hope everyone watching out there will think about joining us at Funeral IQ. It's going to be great to get together. We have a cocktail hour. There's going to be a great lunch as part of the program. So if you're interested, check out the program at funeraliq.org, or you can click on the events tab at funeralvision.com for more information, or reach out to me, reach out to Shane or any of the speakers. We'd all be happy to share more about what we're planning. Thanks so much for joining me today, Shane.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it very much.